Okay guys, here is video 4 on complex numbers. This time we're going to talk about modulus argument form. To be able to understand what we're talking about here, you need to know about the argand diagram, which I talked about in my previous video. So if you don't understand that or you haven't seen that video, stop this video, pause it, go to that video. It's right near the end. It's about 30 seconds worth of argand diagram. It's not much I need you to know, but you do need to know it. Okay, done. Hopefully you're back and all is well. So if you plot a complex number on an argand diagram, you get a point. And the modulus argument form derives from the connection between that point and both the origin and the positive real axis. The modulus part of it is merely the length of the distance, it's a straight line, from the origin to the point. So it's a blue line labelled modulus. How do we get that? Pythagoras. However many across squared plus how many up squared, all square rooted, and that will give you the modulus. The argument's slightly more complicated, not much. It's merely the angle made between the line that we've just talked about, the line that goes from the origin, remember the origin is 0, 0 if you didn't know that, and the point that we've got on our argand diagram, and it's that line and the positive real axis, the angle between it, and the way you work that out is that it's tan theta. Basically it's the height divided by the horizontal length. I've put it as imaginary over real. You can easily prove to yourself why that's true by just using right angle trigonometry. Obviously vertical and horizontal are they're right angles, so you've got yourself secretly got a right angle triangle there. Now you've noticed I've used well, in my work at least, I've used the word arctan, and I just realised that you guys just come fresh out of GCSE, you don't know what the hell arctan is. Arctan is just a proper name for tan minus 1 that you've been using at GCSE. Sine minus 1 is arcsine, cos minus 1 is arccos, tan minus 1 is arctan. The quicker you get used to that, the better off you are. Don't stick with sine minus 1, we just don't use it. Okay, so there's a few other bits and bobs we need. I think we're going to need one more video after this, probably going to do that tomorrow. A few other things to note. Notation. Note the notation, very good. If you've got complex number z, if you want to talk about the modulus, you write z in between two vertical lines, that's modulus z, that's how it's written, and the argument's obviously just an angle. And also there's another way you can write your answer once you've got it. Once you've worked out what the modulus and the argument are, you can literally write them and say, okay, the modulus is r, so let's call it 6, put 6 on the outside, open a bracket, write cos of the argument plus I, remember I is, it's square root minus 1, sine argument, close bracket. Okay, so that's pretty much the basics of modulus argument, and we'll have another go tomorrow. See you later, bye.